Hey guys, welcome back to Crochet and Mental Health. This is Gigi. She's helping me out today. And Bella's behind the camera. She may be helping too. So this week, being week 2, is on letting go, releasing, and relaxing. Letting go of expectations. Letting go of obligations. Letting go of self-criticism. Let go of the end product. Release control. Be willing to make mistakes. So for this episode, what you're gonna need is your crochet journal, your feelings wheel. I do have this link down in the description box. I mentioned it last time, but we didn't go through it, so we're gonna do that. And you're gonna need 2 colors of yarn and a hook to go with it, and a pair of scissors. Just 2 colors, whatever you like, but these are I think about a sport weight, and I have a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, but whatever you want to use, some, I don't know, blanket yarn, thread, whatever you'd like to use, and a hook to go with it. So to start off, grab the feelings wheel or open it up if you have it saved like I do. You can certainly print it off. You can even print it off like in black and white and then color it, colors that you like. It says use the feelings wheel to find accurate labels for whatever you are experiencing. Label your emotions to feel less reactive and more in control of your feelings. That sounds great, doesn't it? So you start off in the center and you find what most reflects how you're feeling right now. So those are fearful, angry, disgusted, sad, happy, surprised, bad. So those are pretty general feelings you have to choose from. There's 7 of them. Let's say today I'm feeling bad. Okay, so what does bad mean? There are 4 choices in the green for bad. It says, okay, so I'm feeling bad. Am I bored, busy, stressed, or tired? And if none of those 4 fit, then maybe go to a different emotion of the original 7. But if you think, okay, so I feel bad, I just feel kind of bleh. So let's say I'm feeling tired. So I choose tired, and then if you go, that's the middle one, and if you go farthest out to the outside, there are 2 that tired are split into sleepy or unfocused. And honestly, bad, I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling kind of unfocused. Not right now, but I was. So that can get me down to something more specific. I'm feeling unfocused. Instead of just saying, oh, I feel so bad today. What is it? Well, I'm feeling kind of tired. Okay, are you sleepy or are you unfocused? I guess I'm unfocused. So if we can pinpoint, or not really pinpoint, but if we can accurately label our emotions, what we're actually feeling, then we can feel less reactive and more in control, because we can not just, oh, I'm just having a bad day. What is it? Feeling unfocused. That's what's making me feel like I'm having a bad day. So what do I do to feel more focused? So maybe there's something that you can, instead of just, how do I not feel so bad? If you have a little bit more specifics, if you really kind of whittle it down to, I'm feeling unfocused, well, maybe I can turn off everything, and as in, TV, radio, YouTube, whatever, and read something that helps me get focused. Read the newspaper, Do you have a newspaper? Tell me down in the comments if you still get a newspaper. I would be interested to find out. So it'll help you, hopefully, it helps me to be a little bit more specific so that I can feel a little bit more in control, whether I choose to do something about it or not. It's up to you. So once you get that word, open up your journal, put down today's date and the time if you want, and just kind of write down what word on the outside of the wheel that you've come to. I'm gonna write unfocused. So as I mentioned, we're looking at letting go, releasing, relaxing. And if you didn't see the first video, we're going through
we're going through this Hook to Heal book, some of it. We're going through some of the exercises. And so if you want to follow along, you're welcome to order the book. I think it's available on Kindle as well. Or you can just follow along with me here and then see if it's something that you want to do a little bit more of, because we're only doing like one exercise per chapter. There are anywhere from 6 to 12 exercises in each one of the chapters. And this is chapter number 2, letting go, releasing, and relaxing. As we go through each one of these, it can be kind of scary. So let me again put out my disclaimer. I am not a psychotherapist. This video and other videos in the series may bring up some strong feelings and emotions. If any of those emotions, those feelings are really strong and you feel really uncomfortable, please consider contacting a professional in your area, or there's lots of online therapists or therapy groups that you could reach out to, and somebody who is a professional in that area can help you out. That being said, I would love to hear from you. If you are working through this with me or just stopping in and doing one of these videos with me, please tell me how you're doing, how it felt, or you're gonna save it and do it later, or if you wanna get out on Facebook. We have a group out there that Chris Loves Crochet. There's a post out there for crochet and mental health, and please feel free to, you could jot something down there, or if you want to send me an email, you are more than welcome to send me an email. I would love to read something from you and respond back to you. So, and those are all linked in the description box. As we went over last week, the tools that you're going to need for each one of these videos is crochet journal, mindfulness, and your creative commitment. And then whatever else we need. And so like I mentioned earlier, you need 2 different colors of yarn, some nice happy yarn, a hook to go with it, and you. We want to make sure that we create a really safe place for us, where you don't feel judged, where you feel like you can make mistakes, where you feel like you can be kind to yourself. So in order to do that, we need to go through this letting go, releasing, and relaxing. One of the things that I tend to do is to be really hard on myself. And I know I'm not alone in this. And so what I want to say is, don't should on yourself. Don't should on yourself. Does this ever happen to you? You're feeling kind of depressed, kind of down. You're sitting on the couch, or you're laying in bed, whatever, and you start going over in your head, I really should clean the kitchen. I really should work on that project. I really should do some of that work that I brought home. I really should take out the trash. I really should call my friend. I really should do better at this. I really should be a better friend. I really should just relax. I should give myself a break. I should. And when I say that to myself, it's like I'm pointing the finger at myself and saying, you really should do this. When I do this to myself, I find myself going down this really awful, icky, dirty should spiral. The more I say, I think I'm helping myself. I should do this. I should do this. Oh, and I'm giving myself ideas. But when you say should, then I feel like, well, why am I not? Well, I'm not because I'm a bad person. I'm not doing it because I'm lazy. I'm not doing it because I would just fail at it anyway. So I'm coming up with all these ideas that are supposed to help me feel not so bad, not so down, not so depressed. And in actuality, it's making me feel more down, more sad, more depressed. I should do this. Yes, you should, Chris. Why are you not? Because I suck. That's why not. I try to turn that around for myself. And what I do is I stop and I think, okay, so there's all these things I should be doing. What am I doing? Not to beat myself up. I need to come at it with a loving question. What am I doing? What am I doing well? I can start off little. I went to work. Good, I went to work. What else did I do? Well, I stayed and I talked to students. Good. What else did I do? Cleaned out the litter box. Good. What else did I do? And you go through these little things, and yeah, I wasn't completely inept. I did do some things. And those some things are good some things that I did do. And so that helps me to turn my mind around. And then to let it go, to release it, and then to relax, to be kind to myself. What's the worst thing that could happen if you let go? If you do let go, release, and relax, what could happen? Fear that letting go of high standards will result in shoddy work. If you don't keep your eye on being perfect, then you're going to do crap work. The idea that you need to know what you're doing before you begin. How many of us do that? I'm not going to start that yet. I'm not ready. I can't do it well. I'm going to wait until I can figure it out. Well, sometimes we figure it out by trying it, right? So, the incorrect belief that you are in control. Confusing inspiration with aspiration. If you're seeing somebody do something, they're doing some fantastic project, crochet project on YouTube, and you see it and you think, oh, I'm so inspired, I want to do that. That's one thing. But if you find yourself crossing over into aspiration, you aspire to be that person, then that gets us into this position, this uncomfortable position of coveting what they have, being jealous of what they have, instead of being inspired to do the best that you can do, find something that relates to you. You feel like it's not fair that they can do it and I can't. It's not fair that she has that fabulous husband and house and I don't. Not that I'm inspired to go out and get that for myself, or do this for myself, or learn this technique for myself. The aspiration of wanting to be that person. And then finally, the devil you know problem. If there's, a big one would be if there's another job availability or possibility or prospect. I could go for this job. But that's really scary. What if I don't get that job? What if I get that job and then I fail at that job and then I don't have any job? What if? But I hate the job that I'm in. But you know what? I know that I have this job, and I know that if I go to work every day, I still get paid. So this is bad, this could be bad, so I'm gonna stay in this bad because at least I know what it is from day to day. And let me just say, I love my job. This is just what I keep coming up with I haven't always loved my jobs in the past. So I know that feeling. So one of the exercises she has in her book is a mystery crochet along, a mystery cow. Mystery cow. So the idea behind that is that you don't know where you're going to end up. You start, you follow along, you trust the process, and you don't know what's coming. So you don't have control. You don't even know if you have all the skills to do it. You're just going to start it. And you keep going, and then you get all the way to the end, and then there's the reward, and you don't even know what it's going to be. So it's an extreme trusting the process, going along, hoping that the end result is worth it. Doing an entire mystery cow in this exercise would take way too long. And it's not going to fit up to all of the different exercises that we're going to do. So I found a little mini something that we can do that I'm not going to tell you what it is. So that's what you need, those two pretty colors of yarn, whatever weight you want, and a hook that goes along with it, whatever hook you like to crochet that yarn with. So what we're going to start with slip knot on your hook and then chain 6. And then go into the first chain and make a slip stitch. So you're making a loop. So you made a loop. Now chain 3 and do a double crochet in the center. You can crochet over your tail there because we are going to work in the round right now. So that first chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and I've just done another double crochet, and I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2 7 more times, so that you end up with 8 pairs of double crochets with 2 chains in between each of them. You may need to kind of bunch up your stitches along this circle to have enough space, have enough room to do it, but you should end up with 8 sets of 2 double crochets with 2 chains in between each. And I just finished the 2 double crochet, the 8th set of double crochets. I'm going to chain 2 and then slip stitch to the top of that chain 3 that represents a double crochet at the very beginning, and slip stitch there to join, and so this is what you should have, is something that looks like this. Okay, now you don't need to pull that tail to pull it tight, you just leave it as a circle right there. Cut off that first color. Finish off. And now you're going to take your second color and attach it. So I'm going to make a slip knot on my hook again. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go in between one of the pairs of double crochet and just go in between, not go into a stitch, just go in between. And right there I'm going to make a slip stitch. So I have a slip stitch right in between them. Now I'm going to go to this next chain 2 and I'm going to make 6 double crochets. After I've made 6, I'm going to go to the next pair of double crochets and go in between them, not in the stitch, but in between them, and make a slip stitch. So it should look like that. Is that what yours look like? Good. We're going to do that all the way around. Trust the process. We're going to go straight from that, do a double crochet in the next chain 2. We do 6 double crochets in the next chain 2. And then do a slip stitch. You're right next to the next set of 2 double crochets. You're going to do a slip stitch in between those 2. Right? And so then you have this. Little ears up there. And you can do that all the way around. And I'll meet you back over here. Try practicing some mindfulness as you're doing the 6 double crochets and then a slip stitch. 6 double crochets and a slip stitch. go ahead and pause until you get to the last set of 6, till you complete that last set of 6. So it should look something like this. Did you get worried that it was looking a little bit wobbly? It's okay. It's okay. Trust me. So as you get to the end of that last set of 6 double crochets, go to the first slip stitch and slip stitch into that. Right there. So you have this wobbly kind of wagon wheel looking thing. You there? How many of you have not fast forwarded yet? Don't peek. Don't fast forward. It's all about doing this without knowing what it is you're doing it for. You're letting go. You're releasing that control and just doing it. We're just double crochet. That's it. Well, and chaining. So once you've slip stitched into that first slip stitch, we still have your second color on the hook and chain 8. Now draw up a loop so that you can safely set it down, because what we're going to do now is hide your tails. Sew in your tails, so get an embroidery needle and sew in your tails. Or just cut them on. Be rogue. Have this wagon, oh, it's kind of like a flower with a chain 8, like a little ornament that's gone a little wacko, right? Now what I want you to do is to fold it over with the back side on the inside so that the right side is on the outside of both sides. So you're folding the inside, the wrong side together. And here at the top is still this chain 8. Now, I want you to take this chain 8, pull it up to the center where the circle was, all the way back down to the beginning of the chain. Put your hook back in that loop, tighten it down, and then we're going to slip stitch that loop. We're going to slip stitch that loop just right under the beginning of this chain. Just going to go in there, grab it, and pull it through, and then chain 1 and cut off my yarn, and then pull it through and finish it off. Now what do you see? It's a butterfly. It's a flutterby with a tail. So take that tail and just kind of weave it back into the middle behind and just send it through some of those double crochet stitches. So kind of stay in there and then just cut it off. So you have a nice little butterfly. And now to finish it off, if one of your tails, one of your second color tails is long enough, you just need a couple of inches. That long as a couple of inches, about the length of your forefinger, length of your middle finger, a little bit more, and then carefully tie a little knot on the end of each side. So I'm going to kind of hang on to this so I don't go all the way off the end. Push that knot down toward the end and then tighten it there so it's right there on the end. On the other side as well. Tie a little knot. I'm sorry about the noise outside. They're doing some construction. My windows are open. So I'm going to hang on to this end so I don't push that knot all the way off the end. And push that knot. Don't tighten it till you get it about where you want it to be. And then you can hang on to the end, pull it, tighten it. Now you take this and just slide it under the chain there. Slide it under the chain. And then move it up to the top, and you have some little antenna. It's a pretty little butterfly. What do you think? How's your butterfly? Take a picture of your butterfly and post it out on Facebook for us. Isn't it pretty? It's just a simple little butterfly. This I learned on Bella Coco. She has this on her channel. And then you can attach it using the chain or not to a little pin, and it can be a brooch. It can be something that you hold like a shawl together with. You could put it on a barrette, where my hair is. Put it up in your hair. You could add it to a hat. You could add it to some multimedia art. However, or just keep it as a little reminder, a little meditation. Put it on your desk. Put it in your kitchen up on the window, so whenever you see it, it reminds you to become mindful, to let go, to relax, to release some of those expectations we have on ourselves, and just be in the moment. Think about the butterfly. Think about how you're feeling right now. This can be your little reminder. You could attach it to your keychain. However, it's a cute little butterfly for you to do with what you wish. Be nice to the butterfly as you're being nice to yourself. How is that? Now what I want you to do is go back to the feelings wheel and find again in the center what you're feeling out of those 7. Don't start where you were, because this is a whole different time now. I'm going to assess how I feel right now. Not where I was and where I am now, but just right now. How am I feeling? Let's say I feel surprised. So then I have 4 to choose from. Am I startled, confused, amazed, or excited? Let's say I'm excited. And so if I go to excited in the center here, then I go out to the outside ring, and that excited is divided into 2, and it says eager or energetic. I think I'm feeling eager. So I'm feeling surprised, but I'm excited and I'm eager. So find where you are, find a word on the outside ring if you can, and then write that word down in your crochet journal. Eager. There's no success, there's no failure, there's no nothing. You don't need to look at those feelings and compare them. Just take this as a reminder to check how you're feeling and identify how you're feeling. The more we identify our feelings and we give it a name, the less reactive we'll be, hopefully, to our feelings, and a little bit more control in that we can do something to change our feelings. Some other exercises that she has for this chapter I think are fantastic. Like I mentioned, mystery crochet along. That could be something that you find. There's a lot of them out on YouTube. Even if they've already been, and they're in the past, you're not waiting for next week, you could do them in order and don't peek ahead and see what you come up with. Also, there are use the wrong materials is one, where you find a pattern, a nice simple pattern, and grab the wrong hook on purpose. Too big of a hook, too small of yarn, too thin of a weight of yarn. You could even do a mystery crochet along with a friend. If you're lucky enough to have a friend who crochets or knows how to read a pattern anyway, have them just release a piece of the pattern. When you finish the first, get the next piece of the pattern, and do it that way, and you won't even know what the end product will be. And if it's an amigurumi, that would be really challenging. Learn a new technique. Become a beginner again. Rip it, rip it, rip it. Now there's one of letting go. Go through your whips. Find the whips that aren't making you happy. We do this craft to make us happy. Unless somebody has already paid you for something. That's a whole other thing. But if it's something that you're doing for yourself, or you were making something for someone, but it was going to be a surprise, you're not disappointing them if you end up not making that for them. They don't even know about it. You can make something different if you just really want to make something for them. If this something is not making you happy, take it out of your whips. Reclaim that yarn. Frog it out. Reclaim the yarn. Make something that makes you happy out of that yarn. You've reclaimed it. Also in this book, at the end of each chapter, a little part that says yarn for thought. Yarn for thought. Musings on letting go, releasing, and relaxing. So I'll give you a couple that she has in here. So in your crochet journal, where you're putting down your feelings, maybe jotting down some notes on what we did and you're gonna go back and do it later or do it again, some ideas of some other ways of letting go, using the wrong materials, joining a mystery crochet along. Anywhere in there, think about these things. I'll give you 3. 1, what shoulds, quote unquote, are you holding over yourself? What would happen if you let those shoulds go? Keep it to crochet if you'd like. If you want to go further than crochet, that's fine. But what are some of the shoulds that you hold over your own head? List them out. Just list them out. And then think for each one, what will happen if you let it go? Second one, whose voice is in your head telling you that you need to be perfect? Could just be you. It could just be me telling me that. But more than likely, there's somebody that I have dealt with in my past, whether it's a mom or a dad or a sibling or a teacher or a pastor or a coach or a boss or a former boss, somebody, or a spouse or a child. Somebody has told you that you need to be perfect. Maybe not you need to be perfect, but their expectations are in such a way that I feel like a failure if I am not perfect. Well, who said that perfect is the mark of success? If there's a way to think back who it was who told you or made you feel like you had to always be perfect in everything that you did, think of who it is. I'm not going to ask you to talk to them. No. Write them a letter. Write them a letter, thank them for all of their advice, and then let them know you don't need it anymore. That's what they're going to say. It doesn't do you any good. Let it go. You can keep it, the letter, to review every now and then, to remind them that them that's in your head, not them that's out there. We're not responsible for them that's out there. To remind them and yourself that you don't need that advice anymore. You're not going to listen to it anymore. The advice that keeps going over and over in your head, you don't need it anymore. You don't have to listen to it anymore. So you can hang on to it and reflect on it, or you can crunch it all up and throw it in the trash. Throw it in the fireplace. Let it burn up. Whatever. Write them a letter. Thank you very much for your advice. However, I'm not going to be in need of that advice anymore. Bye-bye. Make a list in your journal of all the things that help you to de-stress. What do you do that helps you to de-stress? Write it down in your journal, and then pick out some of those things. Write a little list on a little Post-it or something that you can put over the sink in the kitchen, that you could put on the mirror in your bathroom, that you can put where you sit and you have coffee, or whatever, that you can put a little list 5 or 6 things that help you to de-stress. Someplace where you can find it easily. And the next time you're feeling kind of locked up in stress, that you're so stressed out you can't quite do anything because everything is too much, go to that list, look at it, pick something, and help yourself to de-stress. If that's to go walk around the block, if it's to call this certain friend that usually helps you to lighten the mood a little bit, if it's to bake some bread. Sometimes we can't think, when we get so stressed, we can't think about what it is that can actually help it. So while you are not really stressed out, to think of those things that, oh, you know what, that always makes me feel good. Write them down so that when you can't think, all you have to do is go look at that list, pick something, and trust you, because you're the one who put it down, and do that something. And see if that helps. And I hope it does. If you enjoyed this, or you think you might want to come back for some more, go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't already, and that notification bell. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw. And let me know in the comments how you're doing, how it's going, or over in the Facebook group, or drop me an email. I would really be thrilled to hear from you. I really would. So until next time, be true to yourself, be kind to yourself and to others, and find your joy. I love you guys. Bye.